Hi everyone and welcome to the course. I just wanted to introduce you to the D2L system and show you a few of the highlights of things that you'll need to access this year. So this is kind of an introduction to D2L. If you've used D2L, then some of it might be review for you or a little redundant. In any case, I'll just go over some of the key features because not everything that you're going to encounter in the D2L platform is going to be necessary to know about. Okay, so here we go. The first thing that we're going to look at is the home buttons. So you're going to find yourself accessing different components of D2L over this semester. But if you ever get into trouble and you're trying to find your way back, you can always click on the home icon here. Or you can actually go to the top and just click on the course code for our particular course, and it will take you back home. So if you find yourself in an area you're not familiar with, go to one of those two spots and it will take you back. Okay, the news feed is this section on the right. And I'll use this not as an everyday thing. I don't necessarily post homework here each night, thank goodness for you, but I put some key instructions regarding assignments, upcoming work. Sometimes if I'm away for a class, then I'll post instructions that you can follow here. And typically what I'll do is I'll provide some links for you, so just pay attention to those. You can see this is the introductory lesson here, and so we've got some steps for you to follow, including instructions on how to access remind.com, which is sort of a handy feature that we'll use this year. You can go through there, and then there's a link here to the student information form, which you just click on, and that will take you to the information form that you can fill out for me. Okay, there'll be maybe another lesson on that later on. Okay, so back on the home page, yeah, so just continue to check back with the news feed on a regular basis, a few times a week for sure, or you can turn it into sort of a nightly check. Content folders you'll find over here on the left-hand side, and I've tried to include some information that you may want to come back to. So for example, our course syllabus is here. You can find MLA resources, some sample papers, citation machine I find very useful for students to access to generate citations, and some other features when it comes time to generate a works cited page or something like that. Developing a podcast, you can click on those resources. Any of the major assignments I'll post here. Again, it won't be an every night homework sort of thing, but I'll try and keep it updated for the major assignments. Rubrics and information pertaining to your ISU. Okay, so that's the content section. The calendar feature is one that students may not necessarily take advantage of all the features. Sort of depends what you want to do with it, but it's good as a snapshot for what's coming up. What I've included here are dates of due dates for our major assignments, so you can just sort of hold the mouse over top of that and it will indicate what's coming up. So your information form due on September 6th, for example. One of the neat things here is that, and you can look ahead actually, and this is all set up for the rest of the semester. Now, due dates are subject to change, but as much as possible, I'd like to keep them. They may change by a little bit, but by and large, that's gonna remain consistent for the semester when things are due. One of the neat things that not a lot of people take advantage of is you can actually subscribe to the calendar. So if you click on, I'm not sure if you'll have to do this on your end. The teacher platform and the student platform might be a little bit different, but just make sure that your course code aligns. So this would be Writer's Craft, the 4U 101 section. So just click on that. And then if you highlight this address and copy that, you can insert that onto your laptop if you use an iCalendar or some other sort of calendar to stay updated, and that will automatically update as I update things. So that's totally up to you. It's just an optional thing, but some people find it very helpful. Okay, so we'll go home. I'll do another little tutorial on Dropbox and how to submit assignments to D2L, and I'll do some stuff in class as well. But just so you know, the easiest way to access Dropbox if you're turning in assignments online is just by clicking on this icon in the top left, and I'll have Dropboxes here. Now, as it stands, these are all the assignments for the year. Your student format won't be this complicated. I won't post them all at once. You can see that certain Dropboxes will only open after certain dates, so I don't want to overwhelm you. So you'll just probably see 2 or 3 open at this stage. Anyway, I'll talk more about that in another tutorial. So let's go home for now. But just so you know, that's how you turn things, and that's where you go to do that. There's also another couple of icons here that are useful for you over the semester. One is discussions. So we'll have various discussions throughout the semester that you can participate in. So just by clicking on that, and then by clicking on the link, you can post threads and participate in those. All the instructions are here. Okay, for you to follow. Eventually, we won't do this right at the beginning of the semester, but eventually you will be able to access all of your grades online. I try to make things as transparent as possible. So as I mark things, you can see them, not only for that assignment, but for your overall grade. Okay, at this stage, it hasn't been set up yet, so you won't be able to see anything, but probably after the first month of school, after I've had a couple of assignments come in, I'll set that up for you and let you know when I do so, and you'll be able to follow your progress throughout the semester. The final thing that I'm going to talk about right now is just if you need to get a hold of me outside of class hours, what I would recommend is using the D2L email system. So if you click on the communications link here and then just go to email, very simple, just go to compose and then you would type in my address into the top. That may not show up properly on your computer, but if you type in my name first and last, you'll be able to find that in the system. Give me a subject and try to be as specific and clear. Always helps when you're doing an email. Some people overlook this, but you know, dear Mr. Kent or Mr. Kent, and then thank you for your time or sincerely, and your name at the bottom as a little salutation. I think that's a good habit to get into. And then just be as specific and clear with your instructions as possible so that I can be precise in my answer to you. Okay, I try to check my computer sort of once a day. The weekends might be a little bit different, but try to check it at least once a day. So expect sort of 24 hours. I'll have you a response if not before. Okay, I think that's it for now as far as an introduction to the D2L system goes. You can always, in the news feed, you can always access further news items by clicking on the Show All Information Items, and you can scroll back. So if you want to see further back in the semester, you can do so. Okay, I hope this has been helpful, and look forward to more tutorials on specific items later on. Best of luck this semester.